You feel alone and tired, like no one is around. Depressed, you have no power, but it's not true. It would all work out. Just talk to someone. It would all work out. Just talk to someone.
Hi, my name is Elaine Michon, and this is my story on how I battle with depression today and my first experience with it. The longest stint that I had with depression was from the ages of 16 to 24. When I was going through my depression, I spent a lot of time asleep in bed, not getting anything done that's productive to my life at all, crying a lot of tears, the woe me, because I didn't understand why I was feeling this way. I grew up in a Christian home. I have both parents that loves me. My mom called me beautiful, calls me, she still do, call me beautiful every day. She sung "You Are So Beautiful" to me. I danced in church. I got baptized at 5, and I was speaking in tongues by 11. Like, I was that child that went to the park and made friends with everybody before I left. Then something changed when my sister left for college when I was 16. And then I really felt alone because my sister was my best friend. Like, my sister could do no wrong. She used to beat me up all the time. But that was my sister. Like, you know, that's what siblings do. We fight, you know, but we'll fight 5 minutes later, we back together. So I think that's what triggered the depression. Then I had some horrible years at 18, I'm sorry. When I was 18 and I went to college, I ended up getting an apartment with my sister, and just to say, me and my sister would never live together again. Probably mostly my fault, because this is when the anger side and a deeper, different type of depression started kicking in, like, or like the true first signs of it, I guess. I had a full scholarship to LSU, but I only did a semester and a half. I dropped out, and I was just sad all the time at work, but I was just sad, laying down, and I had my first big breakdown was at 18. I don't know what was said. I don't know what triggered me, but I just remember yelling at my sister. I swung at her, and I don't swing at my sister. I was cussing at her, and I don't curse. It got to the point where I think the police was called. They were coming upstairs, and the property manager was coming upstairs, and I just ran past them, got in my car, and I drove off real fast. Like, no regards to nobody's life or nothing. I was just angry, and I know one thing that triggered it was this lady living underneath us. It's like this little old white lady. Never forget. Oh, she would, I'm not angry, but she would always call the police on us at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and they wake us up, we sleeping. And finally one time we was like, hello, we sleeping. Every time you call the police on, what do you hear? I hear like drawers opening and closing. Really, lady? But you know, whatever. But that really made me angry. I'm like, why is this lady picking on us? You know, I've been picked on all my life, and I'm picked on in adulthood, and this little old lady just picking on us. And my sister, I don't know what triggered me, but that was my first big breakdown. My next one, I remember I got into I don't even know what the fight was about. We're arguing with my mother, and she went to work. She got home, I was gone. I got an apartment, I had moved my stuff, I had left. That I felt like where the depression wanted me. Because at that moment, I was alone. I was truly alone by myself in an apartment, and nobody was around me. Like, I had my dog, but it got me where it wanted me. I was alone in that apartment. I would, no call, no show at work. I would lay down all day. Every time I got up to go to work, I would feel it or see it. I don't know, it was like a shadow pass over me, and I would just lay down. Just didn't care. I didn't care. Like, at this point, it didn't matter to me. My dog used to always growl, laying on my chest, and she would just be growling at the corner, and I'm like, move, Daisy, like, shut up. Like, why are you growling at the corner, you stupid dog, you know? But she probably saw something that I didn't. Like, that apartment, some dark days. It got bad. I think I still can find to this day, like, I found this karaoke, and that was the only thing that made me happy, was singing karaoke. And I would just sing online and sing to my heart's content. And then at some point, I was only there a year. I moved back in with my mom. It got really bad. It got really bad. I was battling in my sleep, like seriously battling whatever it was that was over me. And I say it's depression, but I really think those years of my life, it was more of a spiritual depression. It was more like a spirit controlling my thoughts and controlling my movements. I know that sounds weird, but there was no, I don't know. Like I said, I'm a Christian, so I mean, I believe in the unknown. You know what I mean? Like, I can't say I believe in God and I don't believe in the devil and demons and spirits. Like, it doesn't make sense. But I know the devil was trying to take me out. In my sleep, I would battle, and the only way to wake me up was to say the name Jesus. That's the only thing that woke me up. And one that I like really remember was I was sleeping, and at that point I said Jesus to wake me up like a bunch of times. I was battling every night, and like this gum-like substance started filling my mouth, and I couldn't say it. I just couldn't say the name, and I'm pulling and I'm yanking, pulling and yanking, and I just can't say it. It's just filling up. I'm muffled. I'm just pulling, and then all of a sudden I got enough of a little hole just to say the name Jesus, and I woke up. I just woke up, and jaws hurting, fingers hurting. I was literally fighting in my sleep. This scared me. Like, okay, Helena, you gotta get yourself together. I knew my mom saw it. She knew that I wasn't that little girl or that happy person that she knew and she raised. She knew something was up. So I did talk to her, and we ended up going to the doctor. They gave me some medicine. The medicine worked for like 2 weeks. The negative thoughts didn't come back, but it just didn't give me the energy I needed to be motivated to move. So I was like, nah, the pill's not for me. I did try talking to somebody once, and that was like way back when I was 18. My mom had sent me to somebody, and this lady was annoying, so didn't want to go into a therapist or a counselor now, because I was like, I'm not gonna have somebody, oh, and how did that make you feel? Because literally that's how she was, and I'm like, lady, you're annoying. So after that battle, there was a point where I wrote a letter to my mom, I wrote text to my family, I sent it out, turned my phone up, I drove away. I wasn't going long, because in that drive, you know, I was thinking, it's not fair. It's not fair for me to leave my family because I'm having this mental breakdown. I'm like, you know, and the only reason I came back was because of my family. Like, it's not fair to them. And I just need to get myself together because, it doesn't make sense. So a lot of prayer, a lot of wanting to get better and have better. I started doing more things that made me happy. I think I went back to school at that point, and I started going karaoke, like live around people, and I just truly got myself in a happy place. And that was the first time in a long time that I truly felt happy. I was genuinely happy I could laugh. I watched comedy and I laughed. I generally have laughed around people, and I was myself, and it felt good. And I've never felt that. But from the longest I can remember, I never felt that happiness. And I declared that I would never, never let myself to get depressed again. I would never allow it. And I know the signs. I know the signs now. I know the signs. And I won't do it. I won't let myself stoop back down to that low of a point where I'm ready to drive off and leave my family. I now have a husband and I have a baby, and I love them, and I have to stay strong for them. So recently it tried to come back, y'all. The nerve, like a lot of stuff happened, a lot of stuff changed once I turned 30, and life was happening and it was moving, and circumstances all around me, just a lot of stuff has been going on, like a lot of stuff that I don't have time to say. A lot of stuff has been going on, and recently, like in February, March, but it was after I started this channel and we knew we wanted to do mental health. I knew I had to tell my story to help somebody. It tried to come back, and I laid in my bed for 3 days. I guess it been here. It kind of slowly was here because I've been snappy at my husband lately, and I've been feeling down. I've been crying every once in a while. But I was like, okay, I had a baby. My hormones are just kind of coming back. But no, it was depression trying to creep in and call itself something else. But it was that day that I spent 3 days in the bed, didn't take a shower. I made sure Marley was okay because I didn't think it was fair to her. I'm feeling like this, and then I got in my car and crying. It was 2 o'clock in the morning, and I called my husband. He was like, "Where you at? What's wrong?" So I had to tell him. He didn't understand, so I ended up printing out some literature so he can read and kind of understand what I was feeling at this point. I talked to one of my friends. I talked to my mama. Actually, I talked to 2 of my friends. One of my friends, Nicole, that was on the second episode. She prayed hard for me. Like, it came out of nowhere, and she was just praying for me and speaking life into me. And I realized, what, I have to start speaking life into myself. I have to get up and I have to speak life into myself, because I know that I'm meant for great things. So I have some options for you, kind of to help you, kind of guide you through what you're feeling right now. And what helped me, first of all, I got up and I talked to someone. It's a really good thing to get out of your head and talk to someone, because you can hear yourself clearly and realize this is crazy, right? Like, why am I feeling like this doesn't make sense? So you need to talk to somebody, find somebody you trust. If you don't have anyone that you feel like you can trust with helping you get better, then go to a professional. We're going to link some links below for Baltimore area where you can get help for any kind of mental illness or mental disorder you feel like you have. And if you're in a state that is not, or a city that's not Baltimore, and you have some information, just drop it down below. Also, get yourself a nice routine. If you're not sure how to get a routine or start a routine, there's nice books that's out there. There's Miracle Morning that I've read. It's great. It teaches you how to get a nice morning and a nice routine going, so you can like change your mindset. That's another thing. You have to change your mindset. You have to change those negative thoughts, and you have to replace them with positive thoughts, because your words have power. So if you get up every day and you speak positivity into your life, you speak good words, even when negative words try to come in, you stop it and you replace them with good words. You start speaking life into yourself. You need to get up. You need to motivate yourself every single day, because some days you won't have anybody. You won't have anybody in your corner but yourself and God. If you believe in God, or whoever you may, I believe in God, so I know God is in my corner, right? So I need you to get up. Some other tips that you can do is exercise is a great way to release endorphins and happiness. There's teas out there that helps with happiness. There's natural things that you can do and take to make yourself feel better even when you don't feel like it. A good way to beat depression is to be productive. Even when you don't want to be, get up and just do something. If you did one thing that day, you were productive. Write a list and try to get stuff done on that list. Even if you didn't, don't worry about it. You got something done a day. You wrote a list today. That's something. Just get up. Find something that makes you happy and you do that thing once a week, once a day, something. But you have to get up. You have to start moving. You have to know that you are worth moving, and you are. The reason you're watching this video is because you're ready to get up and fight. So come on, get up, fight, put your dukes up, and start fighting. So thank you for listening to my story. I hope you had a great time. I hope you heard some things that was similar to your story, and know that it's going to be okay. You're going to make it. I'm going to make it. We're going to make it. All right? You have a blessed day. My name is Elaine Michon, and I'll see you next time.
For someone cares for you. Survive, 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 survive. Please survive.